enjoy the journey together. Here, Mass Camp 2017. Sponsored by Fine Food Inc. Caribbean represented Carib Malt and Carib Shandy. Neo Expressions Inc. VF Inc. Singwalla Blomquist Williams, Phone Shack, Continental Store, Jar Sales, Rosalie Bay, David Bruni, Glenn Ducre, Chambers, Q95, Geoffrey Later, TBS Radio, and Mapping 2K4. We're approaching the 1 o'clock hour. News time. Followed by Talk on the Block. Very interesting day, huh?
Lord save me from my misery. I cannot even open my own mouth since the Captain characters take over my house.
Tomorrow on the hot set.
What's in my cabinet? I never see a love is so dumb so yet.
Joshua Francis is back in the house.
For power, they're uniting and crooking one another. What is one group they don't want to see?
Exploring the issues of the day. That's the MP for the Roseau South constituency. That's tomorrow from 8:30 on the hot set.
Outside running his mouth. Penguin say met in this cabinet. Put their ass out. Put their mouth down. No damn democracy allowed. I suppose I go up and shabbat. Mickey Mouse. Hey, watch it. Loose me mother. Hey. Making laws just for others. They want to send Bart Simpson to jail for life. SpongeBob taking good care of the Joker wife. Flash abusing the radio station ban. Mickey Mouse said to call him Superman. Penguin is very sick but she acting well. But she want all cartoon characters to go to hell. So we stay there now in my cabinet. Cause they're lying and sending all bad threats. They have a grudge against honesty, truth and unity. Well, Mickey Mouse, control the house. The for the Wednesday, January 25th, 2017, 8:30 p.m. at the street Lale Coco on the Lubia Highway.
I'm ready to believe.
Appearances by the 2017 Queen contestants, Miss Jamboree and Modest Queen contestants. Also a special royalty classic session with King Tronada. Also King Wizard, King Scrunta, Royalty Night. Over 20 Stardom quarterfinalists, backed up by Swinging Stars MCs Powerball and Lady Star. Headline sponsor DJ Cell Caribbean, Big Edge Soccer Rum, Dumb Like Dominican National Lotteries, Mania 7-Eleven Plus and Milan's Bar and Grill, Mapao Petro Caribbean Courts, Vibes Radio, Simis Visual Arts, ACS New India Insurance, QFM, KRFM, TVS Radio, Mapping 2K4, TNO, The Sideman and more.
I have learned that from experience. Accepting gifts like a
Saturday 10th Royalty Night, Wednesday, January 25th, 8:30 p.m. at the Strip Lale Coco. Carnival starts at Stardom.
Resist is worriness.
Welcome to Q95's Lunchtime News Update for today, Tuesday, January 24th, 2017. In local news, Dominica's healthcare legislation will experience a makeover to complement the new National Hospital. That's according to Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Speaking during a visit to the construction site of the hospital on Monday afternoon, the Prime Minister says some of the legislation for healthcare is outdated and a new framework is required. He says primary health care will also be part of the focus in efforts to reduce the number of individuals who come to the hospital for medical services. In other news, Trinidadian security agencies are monitoring the situation following receipt last Sunday of death threats on the life of President Anthony Carmona, National Security Minister Edmund Dillon said yesterday. The anonymous death threat was received at the police command center before noon last Sunday. It was confirmed by police sources. The caller, reportedly male, claimed to be from the army, and the person threatened the life of the president and all of them. They also stated they were waiting by the savannah to offload shots for the president. The caller further threatened to bomb police stations. In confirming the threat yesterday, Dillon said there was as yet no credible evidence on the matter, but said security agencies were continuing to monitor as per procedure. And Israel has announced plans to build 2,500 more homes in Jewish settlements in the occupied West Bank. Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said they had responded to housing needs. Palestinian officials said the plans were a fresh blow to attempts to bring peace to the region. It is the second such announcement by Israeli authorities since U.S. President Donald Trump took office. And this concludes your Lunchtime News Update. I'm Linda Martin. To join us again at 4 for the Prime Evening News Update. Good afternoon.
All right, good afternoon, Dominica. We're here. It's 1:07 in the afternoon. We have Carlisle John Baptist standing by with some breaking news. Let's do this and come back.
I need a fast cash to get me started, cause I wanna get ahead in life. When times get rough, you don't have to be tough. Fast cash will make it right. Fast cash.
Get the cash advance you need.
Fast cash.
In just 2 hours.
Fast cash.
Up to $8,000 can be yours.
Fast cash. I need fast cash to get me started, cause I wanna get ahead in life. No matter what the problem, fast cash can solve it. Fast cash will make it right. Fast cash.
Fast cash. Your money, your way. Your way.
More great news from Issa Trading Limited Furniture Store on 106 Independence Street. Just received a new range of TCL Smart TVs.
Carlisle John Baptist, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Talk on the Block.
Yes, Matt, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to your many listeners. Another long, hard, rough, and busy day today, Tuesday.
Yes, it looks that way, especially at the courts, the
Yes,
magistrates' court.
The magistrates' court, the matters in the High Court, civil and also criminal court. And I've been at it for the better part of the day this morning.
Carlisle John Baptist, this morning you broke the news that a female officer was arrested. What's the latest on this case? I know you spent most of the time at the court this morning.
Well, I can confirm that female police officer Marcia Renault Gustave was arrested and charged today on 4 counts of forgery. And the counts of forgery are that on June 23rd, 2016, June 23rd, 2016, she did maliciously and for the purpose of deceit forge a certain document, namely one certificate of competence to drive. And in fact, she did forge 3 of the certificates of competence. So these are the 3 charges of forging a certificate of competence. And the other charge of forgery is that on the 23rd of June 2013, she did forge a certain thing written and printed, namely a page dated 23rd June 2016, the appointment book at the traffic department made it capable of being read, purportedly to have been written by Julian Laura, an examining officer of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force. She's represented by Mr. Wayne Noddy. In the matter, the prosecution did not object to bail. She was granted bail in the amount of $50,000. Her sister Joycelyn Coffey stood as a surety. Trial date is set for May 2nd, 2017. I had to leave court, but there are also some conditions attached to her bail in terms of reporting conditions. I was not able to get that since I had to leave court before those things were given. But that is the position. She was at work, like I said this morning. She was at work this morning when a warrant in the first instance was issued, and the warrant was executed on her at her workplace. She was working at the magistrate's court this morning as a court crier, and she was dressed in uniform when she was arrested sometime this morning.
As we explained this morning, a pretty embarrassing situation for the officer.
Pretty embarrassing for an officer who has acted corporal several times. You may want to say a senior enough officer. She's acted corporal several times. She's just about bordering on 20 years of service in the police force. So pretty embarrassing. 4 charges of forgery, and the matter is an indictable one to be heard by a judge and jury.
Carlisle John Baptist, I don't know how you're going to answer this question, but as you mentioned the word 20, it triggered my mind there. And of course, information reaching me indicate that the officer may have tendered her resignation recently.
My information is that she may have indeed tendered a resignation recently, but of course, it is within the purview of the police chief
to accept or not to accept?
Or not to accept. And if, of course, it was not accepted, and she would have to report back to work, which is what happened. Of course, remember they were investigating her from June last year. Remember that matter has been around from June last year, and so she was back at work, and that is the whole position. Of course, if she had not reported back to work, she would be charged for dereliction of duty. So all those things. 20
years meaning Carlisle, she could at that time have received her pension and gratuity?
Matthias.
I'm going based on the laws, Carlisle. I mean, if you've served for 20 years, it means that you could have received your pension and gratuity. Now that they have, as you indicated, according to your information, they may have, if you will, not accepted that resignation when she applied.
That is correct. That is correct, because it stands to reason that if you are being investigated why would your boss accept a letter of resignation and the,
Yes.
certain things, all those things. And
So it appears that in the investigation may have been on the way when that resignation was tendered.
Well, yes, definitely. And it's sad, Matt, given the situation that we have a former police officer being barred serving an 8-year jail sentence. We have 3 other police officers now on charges of murder. And yet another police officer, arrested on another incident. So it's very, very unfortunate. You may want to say that the police are doing their work and they are trying to ensure that whether you're a police officer or not, you are not above board. You may want to say that, all those things. You want to say kudos to them for that.
But not a good image, though, for the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Service.
Not at all, Matt. Not at all a good image for the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Service. It puts the good police officers almost in bad light. Of course, there are some very, very good, disciplined police officers who will be doing their work. And they are as every human being, Matt, there are always people who will try to do things which are unnecessary and, which they ought not to do. So it's unfortunate. One police officer, again, finding herself on the bad side of the law. And we just have to watch that. And it's a message again to police officers that they need to do what they have to do and cannot be seen to be breaking the law. It's just not good at all. It's just not good at all. It's sad, it's unfortunate, and that does not send a good message at all to the rank and file of the police force, not even to people in the region, because of course people are listening. That story is out there all over the internet now. When I broke it this morning, it's all over, and reporters were in court. In a little while, I'm sure DBS will run that story. This Matthew was in court. You yourself, you were in court when the charges were read to her. 4 charges of forgery, and those are serious matters, serious charges. And
So she'll return to court on what date?
I think the 2nd of May, 2017. But like they always say, Matt, let back come out do say, who's sao? When your friend's beard catches fire, throw water on yours. So those who have ears to hear, let them hear. If you are, as a police officer, or even as a civilian, involved in any wrongdoing, take note of that.
But as you said, Kalal, and indicated there, I wasn't caught there when the charges were read, and you can tell it's an embarrassing situation for other police officers. Clearly, your faces in court did not reflect, or did reflect that they were very sad about what was going on.
They were, and I mean, they would have been there in solidarity. Imagine a police officer have to bring another police officer to the court, have to even stand guard as a police. It's sad and it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
But as we always say, Kalal John Baptist, innocent until proven guilty.
Proven guilty. We always say that, and I will again say that, innocent until proven guilty. I am not going to throw stones anywhere. I'm not going to cast aspersions. I'm saying what transpired in court. Those were the 4 charges, and we leave it at that. Let the court process do whatever it has to do, take its own time, and do the necessary groundwork.
Kalal John Baptist, thank you very much. Some sad news there coming out of the Portsmouth area. I'm just hearing that some man there fell off a building while at work. Falls off a building. The DNO is reported in Portsmouth. I think he was working in some construction site there. Very, very, very interesting. So again, a man has died after he fell off a building in Langau, Portsmouth, early Tuesday. Reports are that the man was working on the roof of a 3-story building when he fell. Emergency crews, according to the DNO, were called in, but it was too late, and reports indicate that he was declared dead. More information will be forthcoming, I imagine, in a subsequent newscast. Very interesting day here. 449-3095-9697-118 is the afternoon time on Q95, the big station. News also coming into that a Dominican who has been living in Guadeloupe for a few weeks has been reported missing at sea. He has been identified as Gideon Corriat. Reports are that Corriat and two friends went out to sea from Guadeloupe on January 17th. However, their boat began experiencing difficulties and started sinking. A distress signal was sent out from the boat, which according to reports was southwest of the French island at the time. The French Coast Guard responded, but intensive searches have so far proved futile. We'll keep monitoring that story. There's also a report too earlier that some man may be missing from Vegas. He has been identified as Kenny Douglas, and he may have been on that boat as well. We're gonna come back to talk to you after this.
Showdown Mascam presents night number 3. Ear Mascam taking you on a journey of sweet calypso as we continue to celebrate our brother. We welcome you aboard the calypso flight of your life. Everyone is welcome aboard Air Mascam 2017. Take along your carry-ons and dress for the occasion. As Air Mascam 767 takes off with Hicklock, Trinity, Chelsea, The Vigilante, Tappa Tap, Inciter, Danyan, Soundproof, The Mask Eruption, Peter Frost, Benno, Leona, Triumph, Checo, The Side, The Bob, and The King Dice. Yes, it's a journey to remember. A flight aboard Air Mascam 2017. Join us as we take off on a journey at the Holland Plaza. It is Showdown Mascam taking you on that journey this Friday, 27th January. Let's get on board and enjoy the journey together. Air Mascam 2017. Sponsored by Fine Food Inc., Caribbean represented Carib Malt and Carib Shandy, Neo Expressions Inc., VF Inc., St. Paul Bloomquist Williams, Phone Shack, Continental Store, Jar Sales, Rosalie Bay, David Bruni, Glenn Ducre, Chambers, Q95, Geoffrey Later, DBS Radio, and Mapping 2K4.
$124, just a quick message there. If anybody found the wallet of Mr. Peter Richardson of Point Michelle, please drop it to the radio station or to the closest police station. A token will be given. So the wallet of Mr. Peter Richardson was lost, and he would be very grateful if that could be returned to him. The wallet was lost somewhere in the capital, CD Rosa. It's 1:26 in the afternoon. We're taking a few phone calls. Hello.
Matt, good afternoon to you and the listeners. I'm
Yes.
sorry for the guy who lost his life. My condolences to his relatives. And in accordance with the lady, the police officer, I do not condone corruptions or any wrongdoing of any kind. Neither am I standing in solidarity with her because I am a woman. But nobody should be above the law. And there are other police officers who found themselves in wrongdoing as well and have escaped it. Too much hypocrisy and double standard. Was she victimized because she didn't comply to serve some ginger wine? Thank you. Have a blessed afternoon.
1:26 is the afternoon. We can't be too quick to judge. At this time, as I said, the police will return to court for her day in court on May 2nd. All right? Thank you very much. 1:26. Hello, talk to me.
I'm not condoning what the police officer did, but you know, some time ago when they had that lawyer who had the 40-something charges put on him, it's the same police that was safeguarding him. You see, they couldn't even safeguard their own. Bye-bye.
Very interesting there, huh?
Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95. Every day, Monday to Friday. Exploring the sights, sounds, happening talk on the blocks, healthy lifestyles, and culture of Dominica. Enjoy daily giveaways of valuable products and services from leading businesses on the Nature Island of the Caribbean. Stay Stay locked and immerse yourself in the breathtaking views from above the undulating hills and valleys, and in the magnificent marine adventures beneath our Caribbean Sea. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95, only on the big station. Get a taste of the enchanting Creole and indigenous cuisine and lifestyles of the charming people of Dominica. Experience the dynamic rhythms of our culture, music, and entertainment, our vibrant, unique niche agribusiness products, our refreshing range of colorful flowers, and the fabulous foliage in our horticulture. Explore the prolific life-sustaining values of our natural foods, herbal teas, spices, and medicines. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951, every day, Monday to Friday, on Live 95, only on the big station, only on Q95.
Sign up for Flow Broadband Internet today and get 50% off the first 3 months. For installation, a free Wi-Fi modem, and a chance to win an additional 5 months free internet service complements Flow. Double the fun. Flow Carnival.
This is how we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello.
Get ready for the Caribbean's most original carnival, Dominica's Carnival, Mass Dominic 2017, February 4th to the 28th. Revel in the splendor of a masquerade band. Experience the parade, the non-stop fets, Dominica Nights, Dominiki Do, Mass Dominic, the real mass. Come, revel with us. Visit us online at dominicafestivals.com or call us at 767-255-8221.
Have you heard the good news? Go tell your friends in Europe and Martinique that they can now come to Dominica via ART flight from Martinique on Saturdays and Mondays. Attention tout le monde affaires, musiciens, riverains, vacanciers. Zone pile option pour les hot pays français et Europe pour la Dominique. ART also facilitates seamless connections to and from Europe via Paris on Air France. Take advantage of ART's low fares from Dominica to Martinique or Martinique to Dominica, starting at only €59 one way. Or €109 return, tax inclusive. These low fares do not include carrier luggage and is non-refundable.
More megabytes, better prices. Choose how you move on the go with Digicell's new best data value plans, starting from $2.50. Digicel has expanded your prepaid data options with the addition of 3 7-day data plans of up to 1 gigabyte, 3 30-day plans of up to 3 gigabytes, plus a 1-day and 14-day data plan. Activate today by dialing *140# and enjoy data plans at the best value. Digicel. Be extraordinary.
More great news from Esau Trading Limited. Just received a wide range of pet food in sizes from 500 grams to 25 kilogram bags. Bandit, Monello, and Burbo brand for regular pets and sterilized pets, all at the best prices. Visit any of our outlets and save on your quality pet food. Esau Trading Limited, best quality, best price.
Your style, your taste, your look. As individual as you are. Find the furniture piece that's right for you. Only at Quartz. Choose from our wide selection of fresh new designs, luxurious comfort, and contemporary elegance. Best of all, it's more affordable than you think. So create the room that's all about you. Come into Quartz today, where furniture is fashionable. Quartz, bringing value home.
I just received a message that has gone viral from a Trinidadian comedian, which I think is very applicable to us in Dominica. I want to share that with you. Stay tuned and listen very attentively.
Morning. I'm doing this video with a heavy heart this morning. There's nothing funny for me to say for the past couple of days. As a comedian, I'm losing the joy. What really going on in this little Trinidad and Tobago, this beautiful twin islands? What happening? How have we arrived to the position we at now, where man killing man like nothing? You argue with a man, he pull out a gun and kill you. We killing people in front of police station, in front of churches. We killing people in front of children. It is a norm now to hear how many murders per day, like nothing. We ain't safe again. You kiss your children in the morning and you send them to school. And you're not too sure that they're coming back home. No respect again for elders. We roughing up with elders. We treated them all how we robbing them. We thieving from them. No respect for honest businessmen who trying and taking loans to start business. We robbing everybody now. They're busting because we robbing them. The honest man can't make a living again, even if he poor and he trying to even work taxi and he on the road. We robbing them. We've reached the position that Trinidad and Tobago in chaos. And no answers. Because if politicians had the answers, it would have been fixed. If the government had the answers, they would have fixed it already. If the church had the answer, they would have fixed it already. If we had the answers, we would have fixed it. But nobody seems to have the answer. Everybody complaining. Everybody saying that the situation is bad. And yet nobody has the answer. I couldn't sleep last night, I lie down and I turning and twisting and I thinking about this child from Northeastern College that we buried yesterday. What really going on? What is happening? I could send my child to school and he would not come home then. People fearful. And everybody pointing fingers and blaming one another. Listen to me. Everybody pointing fingers and blaming one another. When the real problem is you and me. Me and you. We are to blame. You see, we are failures. All of us. Watch yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you're a failure. You're a failure as a father. You're a failure as a parent, as a mother. You're a failure as a teacher. You're a failure as a politician, as a pastor, as a villager, as a neighbor, as a church member. We fail. We are failures because we fail to love. We fail to stand up for the right thing. We fail. We are failures because we know the truth and we don't stand up for it. And that is why my country going to hell. My true little twin island that's supposed to be the best in the Caribbean. People afraid to come here on holidays again because we don't know how to control the blast itself. You see, them little bandits was children, All them bandits that running down people now and shooting people and killing people. Them was children, and we failed them because we did not instill in them the values and the truth and the righteousness and what to stand up for. So now we reaping because we fail. The Bible says, if my people humble themselves and call on God, He's going to heal the land, Trinidad and Tobago. One more hope we have is to start to love and pray. Hold your children on a morning and pray with your children. Tell your children you love them. Tell your wife you love them. Tell your husband you love him. Reach out to a neighbor. Stop throwing a blind eye. Trinidad and Tobago, stop throwing a blind eye and reach out and love your neighbor. Oh God, I beg it all you. Please, before this country get worse, start loving one another. We have too much hate in this country. Too much division in this country. All you're fighting for shit. How did we get here? We get here because all you stop loving people. We get here because all you stop standing for righteousness. You know, it has nothing about religion here. Whoever God you just pray to, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, whoever. Bend your knees, Trinidad and Tobago, and start to pray for your country. Open your eye and see what your neighbor going through. Listen, man, stop the greediness and the stinginess and start sharing. Oh God, I love no man. Send a plate of food for that person next door now. Oh God, something. Break the ice here and talk to your neighbor for 10 years. Go and knock on the door and say sorry and only start to talk no man. Hey, start to love one another before it get too late, because Trinidad and Tobago only I wanted to get worse than where it is today. Darrell begging all you. I can't laugh today, no comedy. All I could tell you is if we humble and bend your knees and pray, God has promised to heal Trinidad and Tobago. Come on, people, we could do better.
Every time you heard the word Trinidad and Tobago, apply Dominica. Here's the Bob in 2017. Love conquers all. Let's start loving each other.
Every man wants a taste of the wines of power. Wine is good for the heart, but don't get drunk. No, I am afraid to face my karma.
Good afternoon, Matt. I'm crying. I expected that reaction.
Cause in my quest for fame and power, it is always clear that love empowers you more. But I hope I have not gone overboard, cause I'd love to taste of the greatest power of all. My inspiration song is Love Conquers All. I learned to love cause love
The minute I heard it this morning, I said, you know, this could be applied to Dominica. Just remove the word Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, talk to me.
Matt.
Yes.
This is touching. Matt, touching. And I looking at Dominica coming that way too. No love. They're only fighting for money. You cannot even tell a neighbor good morning those days. They're watching you big eyes. You cannot tell a neighbor give you some salt like before. They have to ask you so many questions before they give you a little bit of salt. Dominica was never so. And now I see Dominica coming, as the fellow mentioned in Trinidad. I'm sorry for this country. If we don't pray to God, all those hypocrite Christians, those pastors and those popes, this is a warning.
And to those who know what I should do, from their political point of view, I'm more than red, I'm more than blue. I'm red, I'm blue, and all colors Dominican too. And to those who don't want me to win, they don't understand why I sing. Cause I want to build not walls but bridges at any cost.
Love conquers all. Talk to me. Hello.
Mr. Matt Peltier, very good afternoon to you.
To you, sir.
I understand, this is Clayton Shillingford, I understand that Mr. Astafan this morning on the Hang program on Kyrie FM spent a considerable amount of his time criticizing myself, the Dominica Academy of Arts and Sciences, and went after both Gabriel and Thomas Fontaine.
Well, I can't tell you about that because I know nothing about it, Mr. Shillingford. I wish I wish I had heard, so I could be part of that conversation you're trying to have this afternoon. But what did you hear that he said?
Well, he's back again, Matt, on this business of Fontaine having acquired land and money from the DAS, and he did that in some irregular fashion. I have explained to you that Thompson Butler and that Rosalie, I gave you the document that confirmed that he bought the land directly from Rosalie Estate directors, the Pascal ladies. Thompson did not get any land from the DAS.
But you've said that over and over, Mr. Schillenfeld. I don't know if I would pay any attention. I'm going to be very direct to you. I don't know if I'll pay any attention to Mr. Astafan, and I don't know why you are paying attention to Mr. Astafan at this time. I mean, if you know that your conscience is clear and you have cleared this issue over and over again, do you see the need to again address Mr. Tony Astafan?
If Tony is going to bring it up, I am going to rebut, obviously.
Well, in that case then, allow me to get this piece of Mr. Astafan so I can hear him and then I can hear you. So let's have the two-way, in other words, two sides of the story. But as it stands at this time, I will pay no attention to Mr. Astafan. So I need to get his side of the story. Okay? Thank you very much. 145.
Matt, good afternoon to you and your listeners.
Yes.
What you played there, the clipping of this guy there,
yes,
that's a lesson that every one of us must take heed as human beings, because all of us make mistakes and all of us say things sometimes that is out of the way. So we have to respect people for who they are, and I think we need to take a page from this man's book.
I'm getting a lot of comments here this time. People actually, crying. I'm going to do it again before we wrap up. Let's do it now.
Morning. I'm doing this video with a heavy heart this morning. There's nothing funny for me to say for the past couple of days. As a comedian, I'm losing the joy. What really going on in this little Trinidad and Tobago, this beautiful twin islands? What happening? How have we arrived to the position we at now, where man killing man like nothing? You argue with a man, he pull out a gun and kill you. We killing people in front of police station, in front of churches. We killing people in front of children. It is a norm now to hear how many murders per day, like nothing. We ain't safe again. You kiss your children in the morning and you send them to school, and you're not too sure that they're coming back home. No respect again for elders. We roughing up with elders. We treated them all how we robbing them, we thieving from them. No respect for honest businessmen who trying and taking loans to start business. We robbing everybody now. They're busting because we robbing them. The honest man can't make a living again, even if he poor and he trying to even work taxi and he on the road. We robbing them. We've reached the position that Trinidad and Tobago in chaos. And no answers, because if politicians had the answers, it would have been fixed. If the government had the answers, they would have fixed it already. If the church had the answer, they would have fixed it already. If we had the answers, we would have fixed it. But nobody seems to have the answer. Everybody complaining, everybody saying that the situation is bad, and yet nobody has the answer. I couldn't sleep last night, I lie down and I turning and twisting and I thinking about this child from Northeastern College that we buried yesterday. What really going on? What is happening? I could send my child to school and he would not come home then. People fearful. And everybody pointing fingers and blaming one another. Listen to me. Everybody pointing fingers and blaming one another, when the real problem is you and me. Me and you. We are to blame. You see, we are failures. All of us. Watch yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you're a failure. You're a failure as a father. You're a failure as a parent, as a mother. You're a failure as a teacher. Your failure as a politician, as a pastor, as a villager, as a neighbor, as a church member, we fail. We are failures because we fail to love. We fail to stand up for the right thing. We fail. We are failures because we know the truth and we don't stand up for it. And that is why my country going to hell. My true little twin island that's supposed to be the best in the Caribbean. People afraid to come here on holidays again because we don't know how to control we blast itself. You see, them little bandits was children, you know. All them bandits that running down people now and shooting people and killing people, them was children, and we failed them because we did not instill in them the values and the truth and the righteousness and what to stand up for. So now we reaping because we fail. The Bible says, if my people humble themselves and call on God, He's going to heal the land, Trinidad and Tobago. One more hope we have is to start to love and pray. Hold your children on a morning and pray with your children. Tell your children you love them. Tell your wife you love them. Tell your husband you love him. Reach out to a neighbor. Stop throwing a blind eye. Trinidad and Tobago, stop throwing a blind eye and reach out and love your neighbor. Oh God, I'm begging all you. Please, before this country get worse, start loving one another. We have too much hate in this country. Too much division in this country. All you're fighting for shit. How did we get here? We get here because all you stop loving people. We get here because all you stop standing for righteousness. You know, it has nothing about religion here. Whoever God you just pray to, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, whoever. Bend your knees, Trinidad and Tobago, and start to pray for your country. Open your eye and see what your neighbor going through. Listen, no man, stop the greediness and the stinginess and start sharing. Oh God, a little love, no man. Send a plate of food for that person next door now. Oh God, something. Break the ice here and talk to your neighbor for 10 years. Go and knock on the door and say sorry and let's start to talk, no man. Hey, start to love one another before it get too late, because Trinidad and Tobago only wanted to get worse than where it is today. Darrell begging all you. I can't laugh today, no comedy. All I could tell you is if we humble and bend your knees and pray, God has promised to heal Trinidad and Tobago. Come on, people, we could do better.
That message is also for Dominica. As I said to you, every time you heard the word Trinidad and Tobago, insert Dominica. We have 9 more minutes. This is Q Talk on the Block. A message of inspiration here this afternoon. Too much hate for politics. 152. Hello.
That is so true and so touching. It's aching, and that goes for Dominica as well. We are not exempt from it. We are right in the heart of it. Thank you.
152. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you.
And good afternoon to your listeners at home and abroad. Matt, that is so inspiring, Matt. That thing you played there a while ago. And Matt, Dominicans need to listen to that and turn their life around so that the country could turn around, Matt. And bye-bye and good afternoon.
Some deep emotions there this afternoon. Hello, 153. Hello.
Matt.
Yes.
So true. You make me cry. Bye-bye.
Somebody in St. Martin says, even if I don't want to cry, it just made me cry. My God. My God, Matt, this is heartbreaking. Matt, somebody says it's a sad situation all over the world. Mankind has resorted to greed, corruption, and hate. We no longer love our brothers and sisters. We no longer love our neighbors and our elderly. We claim to be Christians and children of God, yet we have no respect for one another as fellow human beings. We pray for the wrong things and tend to wait on God to save us. We are the ones who can change things. We have started loving and respecting one another, irrespective of our differences. Despite or in spite of our political differences, we can love one another. We can agree to disagree. Let's go back to the telephone here. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Matt.
To you, sir.
Good evening, dear listeners.
Uh-huh.
Matt, you know the titiwi is the smallest and most defenseless species of fish in the sea, Matt, or in the river.
Well, I'm not a fishing expert, but if you say so.
Because with the titiwi, you just take a thing and you just push it in there and you catch it. Now, to catch a dolphin or anything else, Matt, you have to get a line, you have to go out in the open sea, you have to get bait, and you have to put it out there. So it is more difficult, Matt. But I'm saying all of this to say, I am not ready to really give kudos to the police, but I don't condone any kind of thing. But sometimes the person may be trying to help somebody else. But Matt, what I'm saying is this. When the police department is able to bring to justice the perpetrators of the crime against Gun Emmanuel, when they are able to make an arrest in the case of the guns they supposedly that were in the barrel in the thing, when they are able to bring to justice all those serious crimes, even the officers that are supposed to be not calling the radio and doing so, when they're able to address those things, Matt, I will give them kudos for addressing the problems within their ranks. They are more serious thing within the ranks, Matt. So to bring, this little person and hate it as a big deal, Matt, to me, that's not a big deal. That's like a little city win.
Well, as I said so earlier, and I'll repeat it again, this officer was brought to the courts this morning. Charges were read, and we will hear the results of this one on May 2nd. So to be casting aspersions at this time, I think is a little premature. 147, 157. We're moving on. Hello, talk to me.
Yes, Matt, when I heard that the guy was talking about, it's really painful.
Uh-huh.
And I remember our politicians. Even Matt, even right in La Plaine, what happening before minister. Matt, it's all the problem having that village council and people turn out in large numbers to vote. And up to now, they haven't get 3 people to nominate. Matt, I win by 100 and I get 184 votes. And I tell you, I do good contribution for my 1 year in village council. And have a strong confidence that they will nominate me. And they not nominated me. And the person I was in village council with, I heard they nominate Matt, is a very shameful.
It's unfortunate, sir, but I'll tell you that the choice, however unfortunate, is that of government. So you might have to wait a little more and find out who it is, because I don't know as we speak. And as I said, that you'll have to wait a while. The choice is that of government. How unfortunate, but just that is the reality that we have to face. Okay? Thank you. We're coming down to the final minutes on Talk on the Block.